Two guys. Million views on YouTube. They forced Westwood to make a reindeer. On Radio 1.
This is Dan and Phil on Radio 1.
Where the internet and radio collide.
It's like Intero.
Or Raidernet.
That was of Monsters and Men and Britney Spears, and this is Dan and Phil.
Weekends on BBC Radio 1.
Thank you for that, Jamila. Yes, it is official. Your number one is still Bingo Players. Man, who'd have thought those ducks would have such mainstream appeal?
Wow. That was my duck impression.
It was a glorious duck impression. But yes, you are now listening to Dan and Phil, the show that you control. You are about to bathe in 2 hours of audio-visual joy, where we play the songs you want to hear in the form of incredible music videos made by you, shown on the website. And remember, if you haven't made a music video, you can still take control of the music.
You can stalk us on the Radio 1 Facebook page, hurl abuse at BBCR1 on Twitter, or call us on 03700 100 100, just like Georgia did. Hi, Georgia.
Hi,
Hello. How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm doing really
We're
well.
good, thank you.
Excited to have you as our first caller. So what have you been up to?
I've been playing a hockey tournament.
Did you
Why?
win?
That's productive.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Woo! All right, yeah.
Well done to Georgia.
Go Georgia, go Georgia.
Hockey's really hard, isn't it?
It's violence as well. I mean, yeah, you must be a pretty tough cookie. Do you get hit often?
I got hit the other week and I had a massive bruise on my leg for that.
Oh, no.
Harder than me then, definitely.
Do you have to wear one of those mouth guards?
Yeah.
I always think they taste really nice.
You what? You think that the mouth guards taste nice?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Phil, everybody. Well, what song would you like to request?
Can I request this in a love song by Starting for Girls?
Of course you can. Whoa, Psychic Link, that was disturbing. Let's not do that again.
Here you go, Georgia.
Time for the listeners to get involved. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
That was Scouting for Girls. And Dan,
Phil,
do I sound muscular today?
Do you sound muscular today?
Can someone sound muscular?
That is a bizarre question for a number of reasons. What are you on about?
Well, I carried about 14 boxes of Swedish furniture up my stairs.
Swedish, just a generic Swedish furniture.
furniture.
That no one knows where that could be from. Okay, so you're feeling hench, are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling it in my arms. I think I'm going to start working out or something.
You're making me a bit uncomfortable, not gonna
Okay.
lie.
Well, maybe Beth has something to say about the matter. Beth, are you there?
Yep.
Am I sounding muscular?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, you had to support Phil on that one. I thought it was going to be a no, Phil, shut up. What are you on about?
I just wanted a few man points, that's all. So what have you been up to this weekend, Beth?
I've just been on the internet.
High
scouring
five.
Tumblr and Twitter and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
what I've been doing as well.
What kind of blog is your Tumblr? Is it just like a multi-fandom mess? Just Sherlock gifs and...
just basically you two.
Have you
and
tumbled
the odd
my
Doctor
face,
Who
Beth?
shrine.
Pardon?
Have you tumbled my face?
Yes.
I feel honoured.
To anyone that doesn't understand, they're probably very scared right now. What's a tumble? And why are they doing it to Phil's face?
So have you got anything coming up on Monday?
No, just school.
School.
As if anything interesting would be happening on a Monday.
Nothing. Well, hopefully we can make the end of your weekend a little bit better.
Yep.
What song would you like to request?
People keep saying it's a...
Sierra 1-2 Step.
Yeah, what? Are you serious? Did you actually request 1-2 Step?
This is
Yeah.
going to make my
This
day.
is the best day ever. People were saying a good song was up next, and I have to agree. Thank you very much for requesting this.
Would you like to dedicate it to anyone?
Yep, Simon.
Simon. Oh, Simon was my pet shrimp that died last year.
It was a very emotional story, and we don't have time to get in it, but here is time for the funky, fresh tunes of Ciara and Missy Elliott.
This
Here we
goes
go.
out to Simon. Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.
That is Ciara and Missy Elliott, 1-2 Step on Radio 1, our first tune of the night, as requested by one of you guys. So, Phil, how optimistic are you feeling?
I'm feeling really optimistic.
Have you gotten used to the human contact that we've had since starting the show?
Yeah, it's been feeling good. We've had some good callers. Everyone's been very friendly to
They
us.
have, and we still haven't had any psychopaths. I mean, what we wanted shepherds, didn't get any. We wanted human cannibals, we didn't get any. Is there any zany people that you feel like you need to demand for this week?
I want someone that dresses up as a dog who dresses up as a man. I don't know where that came from.
Is that a thing?
You shouldn't put me on the spot.
That's what
Because
happens
things like that
when
happen.
You put Phil on the spot. Okay, well, that's just great. That's fantastic.
Maybe we should find out if Ellie is one of those. Ellie,
Yeah?
are you a dog that dresses up as a person that dresses up as a man?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. But what are you, Ellie?
I am a YouTuber.
A YouTuber. So am I. We've got something in common. I feel like he's already.
There's probably like 1 in 5 people out there that got this weird job going on.
So what kind of videos do you make?
I just make vlogs at the moment, so yeah.
So you like talk about your life and things like that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have a particularly interesting life, or are you a vlogger like me who just kind of sits on Tumblr all day and has still managed to talk about their life as a job?
Oh, I definitely sit on Tumblr.
Okay, so I think instead of human cannibals and shepherds, we should go on a quest to try and get a caller who goes outside.
We should
Do
maybe.
you reckon it's possible?
Yeah. So Ellie, what would you like to request?
Keep the Car Running by Arcade Fire.
I love that song.
Is there anyone you want to dedicate this to?
My dad loves this song, so maybe my dad.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It sounds all emotional. Well, here you go, Ellie. Thanks for the request.
Emotionally requested for a dad. It's adorable. That was Arcade Fire, Keep the Car Running, and now it is time for Undercover Martin.
Two Door Cinema Club, Undercover Martin.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So, if one was to theoretically go to the Radio 1 Facebook page right now, you will see that a poll has emerged.
What kind of poll, Dan?
The poll that indicates that the live voting for our Dan versus Phil challenge is happening right now. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Terrified?
I'm a little bit nervous because I've lost 3 Dan versus Phils in a row.
I was coincidentally about to raise that exact point. We've been doing this now, well, this is our 4th week, and you haven't won yet.
I can't break out of cling film, I can't limbo, and I can't do the other thing.
The post-it note thing. You can't make yourself look like a naked Simpson more effectively than I can make you look like a naked Simpson.
So I'm going to try really hard. Hopefully my carrying of furniture has readied me for whatever is awaiting.
Well, okay, are you ready for the 2 choices that the public will be faced with?
Yeah, what are they?
Okay. If you go to the Radio 1 Facebook page right now, you will see a poll with 2 choices that will control mine and Phil's fate. Ooh. The 2 choices this week are... just need to get this one right because you wrote it down, Phil. A extreme hula hoop endurance battle.
That sounds difficult.
Yep, okay. Or draw Susan Boyle with your feet. That is the plan. That's what we're going to face with. To be fair, I feel like the hula hoop one would be really embarrassing for us to constantly do for 3.5 minutes and possibly quite entertaining for them to watch.
Probably,
and then the Susan Boyle one equally sounds like it'll be a massive disaster, in my opinion.
I'm going to try my very best to win.
Have you got the hula hoop
here?
And here is a pen right here, so that's what we could be faced with later.
It's a ridged hula hoop, which is a little bit strange.
Okay, yes.
I've never seen one that's not smooth before.
But I think it's time for our next song now, Phil.
Let's do it. What is our next song, Dan?
It is, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Busted Year 3000 on Radio 1.
Busted, year 3000. I had a dream about the year 3000.
Did you?
The Octopus King was reigning.
And that's enough of that.
Weekends on BBC Radio 1.
Some people are probably concerned that you have actual mental health problems.
I don't. I just have a
I
very...
personally think it's endearing.
I eat lots of sweets before I go to sleep, so it infiltrates my mind as I'm trying to fall asleep.
It's not just mother propaganda, is it? It has actual permanent results on you.
It does. It does. Anyway, we're heading towards the end of the weekend.
No.
It's getting to that point where everyone retires to their bedroom and tries to eke out the Sunday as long as possible
Those
before
last
Monday
few.
happens.
Yeah, desperate hours.
Yeah. Have you made the most of your weekend, Dan?
I'm not going to lie, I had a very unproductive weekend. I didn't do nothing. I did quite a lot. It's just none of it was to do with anything that I should have gotten done. And I had
Okay.
a mini adventure on Saturday. I had one of those days where I was like, right, I deserve a day where I spend it entirely in pyjamas.
Yep.
So
They're
I
the best kind of
crossed
day.
the road to get milk in my pyjamas. And I was
Dan.
thinking, this is a thing that people do. Because, you see girls with just PJs and Ugg boots. Just
I am
chilling on the
judging
streets.
you.
It was only across the road, but seriously, about 10 metres, that's all it took for hundreds of people to glare at me like, look at that tramp walking across the road.
I
It
would
wasn't
have
good.
judged and I would have heckled.
It was traumatic. So I'm just saying, don't do that because humanity's cruel and they don't respect your freedom. That's just where I'm going with this.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, coming up now on Radio 1...
You look very tense,
Am I tense?
Yeah.
It's my arms. It's because I've carried all of that furniture.
but you feel like there's some kind of tension building in the air, doesn't it? It's like storm clouds are gathering.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling them. Maybe it's because I ate a weird cake.
No, I'm not talking stomach pain. I'm talking emotional ominosity. Is that a word?
Animosity.
No, ominousness. Ominites.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Don't try and rewrite the dictionary, Dan.
Hopefully Paramore can save us from this tense feeling for the catastrophe that is about to unfold after this next song.
What could it
Here is
be?
Paramore. challenge this week will be to guess the animal making the animal mating noise.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi, and you are a fan of Paramore, am I right?
Yes.
So you're going against Rasha. Hello, Rasha. Hello. So are you the ultimate High School Musical fan?
I'm psyched. It's probably the most responsibility I've ever had on my shoulders.
Here is your first animal mating call. What is the animal?
Wait, Dan, are you sure that's not you?
Hey, enough of that.
It sounds like a parrot driving a car. Is it a donkey?
The actual answer for that mating call was a penguin, so we're going to give that to High School Musical.
Are we ready for our last animal?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
I'm gonna get zebra. Oh my god. That's so weird.
It is an extremely weird noise, isn't it?
It's not a tortoise.
That is a cute little koala. So, the votes have been tabulated. Who is the winner, Phil?
The winner is High School Musical.
That is right. It is time for Fan Wars. This is where we pick two artists and a fan to represent each artist and pit them in a battle to the death, and only the artist's song will be played.
Not really the death.
Phil,
Yes?
I went to Nepal last week.
Really?
And when I was in Nepal, I climbed a mountain. It was a long, arduous journey to the top of the mountain. But when I got to the top of the mountain, I saw God. And when I saw God, Phil,
Yeah.
I looked him in the eye and I said, send me a champion. Send me one person worthy of carrying the legacy of My Chemical Romance. And then God said, let there be Renee.
Renee, are you there?
My name?
Hello. So are you the world's biggest My Chemical Romance fan?
Yes.
Have you
Good.
ever tried to replicate Gerard Way's hair?
No, but I've tried to do his makeup before.
Really? Did it work
Kind of
out?
like a crying panda. That's what Gerard Way's makeup looks like.
I secretly have too. So are you feeling ready for Fan Wars?
Yes.
You should be. There's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. Just the whole of My Chemical Romance's legacy ever.
I know. I was getting loads of tweets of all those people like, you must win.
Really? What other My Chemical Romance fans like? You have any idea how serious this is?
This is serious.
Yeah.
Well, what you have to do today, Renee, is the categories of doom.
That's a good name, Phil.
It is.
Would you like to explain how someone plays the categories of doom?
Yes, I'm going to give you a category. For example, things you would find in a zoo, and then you have 15 seconds to list as many things as fast as you can. And
That you would find in a zoo.
That you'd find in a zoo. It's not going to be the zoo, though. I'm going to give you the category in a second. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to be providing the dings. If you get one right, it will sound like this. Ding. If you get it
Okay.
wrong, it will be a...
Okay.
Very
Okay.
good sounds, Phil.
Do you understand Fan Wars?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here we go. Things you would find in a kitchen.
The spatula.
Ding,
Spoon. Pickles.
ding,
A pan.
ding,
An oven. A fridge.
ding, ding,
A
ding.
light switch.
ding.
A floor. A plate.
Stop!
Fork. A
Stop!
knife.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Okay,
Stop!
I'm not going to give...
Stop! Stop!
I'm not going to give you a light switch, Renee, because they're found in most rooms.
Well, I don't know, Phil. You need to be clear on the rules. Is it things uniquely found in the kitchen or just things you'd see in a kitchen? I think you'd see light switches in the kitchen.
I'm feeling kind. I'm going to give you 6 points.
That's very good. That's very good.
So do we have another champion that can follow Renee? Do we have Lily?
Hello.
Hey, Lily!
Hi.
So you are the ultimate fan of McFly, am I right?
Yes, I'm a massive McFly fan.
Have you done anything that can prove your allegiance?
What's the most extreme McFly fan-related act you've ever committed? Test me.
God.
Oh, God. Oh.
Me and my friend Tash and Megan got our maths teacher to play Tom from McFly's wedding speech in our lesson and sat there tearing up after.
Oh,
It was emotional, wasn't it? Everyone loved that
I
video.
have to admit, I did tear up a little bit.
He ruined the world for every man who ever has to have a wedding speech at their wedding after that. It was pretty amazing.
If I'm honest, who is your favourite member of McFly?
I'm going to have to go with Tom.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is your radio on, Lily? Would you be able to turn it off if it is?
Radioception.
My mum and dad have got it on in the other room.
Well, don't worry about it. That's fine.
No, don't.
All the
If you can close the door or something, that'd be great, but don't worry if you can't.
We're trivialising it. This has to be the most tense moment of our whole life.
Sorry, let's return to the mountain. Were you on, Dan?
Yeah, so I was in Nepal and I was at the mountain and I was looking at Satan and Satan said, "Here's a McFly fan."
So we're back in Nepal with Lily. Do you remember how the game works?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a category and you've got to name them as quick as possible.
Are you ready for your category?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Things you would find underwater.
Fish.
Ding!
Seaweed.
Ding!
Dunk. Boat.
Ding!
Sand.
Ding!
Shark.
Ding!
Jellyfish.
Ding!
Seahorse.
Yeah.
Ding!
Piranha.
Ding!
Oh,
Piranhas are scary.
Swimmers.
Ding!
stop!
Swimmers underwater.
Stop.
That was some good underwater knowledge.
Mystical producer on the other side of the room. What was the score?
9.
Whoa. Okay then. Well, it must be said. Should we get them both on the line?
Yeah. Okay. Renee, I'm afraid My Chemical Romance didn't win this week.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a shame.
Gerard Way still loves you. We're going to have to fade you away. Bye.
Goodbye.
Fade
Bye.
away.
That's a shame.
Fade
That's a
away.
shame.
Okay.
That's a shame.
Congratulations, Lily. You
How
have
do you
won.
feel, McFly?
How are you feeling?
There was so much pressure on Twitter. I'm just...
Your life could have been destroyed, but now you are a champion. Revel in that Twitter glory.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here is your song. I'm going to start playing it. Would you like to dedicate it to anyone?
My brothers, Bailey and Riley, please.
Okay, here you go, Bailey and Riley. It's McFly.
You can relax now. Get all those Twitter trolls off your back. You are a champion. Here is the song you have earned.
Sit back and
you.
relax. Bye, Lily.
Bye. Love you.
That is the beautiful tones of McFly, this week's Fan Wars winner. Can we top it, though? I mean, that was pretty exciting. I'd like to think we can. Dan versus Phil live challenge coming up right after this. Here is You Me at 6.
was Yumi at 6, and you're listening to Dan and Phil.
This is BBC Radio 1.
So I did something forbidden the other day.
Okay, this is promising. What happened, Phil?
Well, I was in a generic bookstore, and I went to lean against one of the shelves to text a friend.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a shelf I was leaning against.
What were you leaning against?
The pregnant bump of a pregnant woman.
No!
You can't lean on
leaned
the
on a
bump.
woman's bump.
I didn't mean to.
That's literally the most invasive thing you could do.
I know, I'm sorry
Gosh,
if you're
when
listening,
people
pregnant
politely
lady.
touch baby bumps in supermarkets, that's bad enough without Phil leaning on your baby bump in...
I actually struck up a conversation with her, though, and I almost asked her, do you know when a baby kicks and you see its leg coming out?
Yeah, sometimes you can see a little bump coming out.
I was wondering if, like, the baby kind of head-butted forward, you'd be able to see, like, an outline of its face.
What?
Would you not be able to?
Are you actually asking if pregnant women sometimes see an imprint of the baby's face sticking out of their stomach?
I guess that
is
I am.
Is that what you almost
I
asked a
almost-
pregnant woman?
I almost asked her that, but I didn't, so I get some dignity back.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but I was wondering also, if
Okay.
you could give birth to anything, what would it be?
If I could give birth to anything, what would
Yeah.
it be? Why?
I'm just curious.
That's an incredibly bizarre question. I don't know. Well, I suppose most of them would result in big. I mean, it'd have to be something small, like a ping pong ball. Although, if it's the ability
Yeah.
to constantly give birth to something, maybe diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah,
That would be
Although
painful.
that would be kind of scratchy on the way out, wouldn't it? I don't know. What would you
yeah.
give birth to, Phil? You weirdo. What, if you had the superpower of magical birth, what would you produce?
Perhaps a golden encrusted polar bear.
That sounds like an extremely difficult thing to pass out of whatever orifice you're implying here.
Or a new pet, like a cool new pet, like a zebra or something. Or a wombat.
Oh.
You see what I did there?
Did you? Okay, wow, right.
So you tweet us #idealbirth on Twitter and let us know what you'd like to give birth to.
Ideal birth, that's your hashtag.
Yeah, here's a brilliant video by Kelly and Friends. We're getting a lot of ideal births on Twitter right now.
Hashtag ideal birth. Thank you. It could only be Phil.
Yeah.
What are people saying?
Danielle says a Wi-Fi connected $100 bill.
Oh my word.
That'd be
that
useful.
Sounds like the cure for world hunger, that does.
Imagine
Well,
walking
that doesn't-
around with
yeah.
this money in your pocket that you can connect to the internet with.
Wow, that doesn't sound like it makes any sense. But if I could give birth to that, I so would.
If David Cameron's listening, please can you invent that for me?
Yes, because David Cameron is obviously the head of UK inventions. What else is being tweeted, Phil?
We have Anam, who said, a cat because it's small and cute and lasts long if you taught it road safety.
That's true. Yeah, a cat's kind of baby-sized as well, so that's not too difficult.
Can you teach a cat road safety?
I'd imagine so. Cats are fairly intelligent creatures. What else is what lows are the internet stooping to right now?
Let's have a look. Penguin Gone Mad said a juggling dragon. That sounds like it'd be pretty hard to give birth to. Do you reckon it'd come out juggling at the time? I'm just curious.
Right, okay.
I want to see that.
We have quite a logical
In a
one
non-gross
here
way.
from @SingularRoot, who said a purse slug, which is a half human, half slug, purely on the basis that it'd be like a human, but it would be slippier and less painful.
Well, that sounds really gross.
Sounds like a quite ideal birth to me.
It does. So we're going to go to some Swedish House Mafia. And also, the Dan versus Phil challenge is coming up very soon, so look forward to that. that was a bizarre video by Becky Allen to Swedish House Mafia.
Thanks for sending it in, though. It was
thank you.
wonderful.
And we've got some more contributions to the hashtag ideal birth debate.
Yep. What are people saying?
Eleanor said a sloth. I never know where to say sloth or sloth.
Just a sloth. Just nothing particularly special about it.
Sloth.
I just like to really give birth to a sloth. That's fine.
Yeah.
Scratchy.
Danny said a pizza.
Whoa. Okay, I get that pizza's cool, but in this situation...
It's your baby. You can't eat your baby. Phil.
That would be good.
Aw.
I appreciate you, Potty M.
Yeah, so if you want to send us an ideal birth, it's hashtag ideal birth.
That's great. Anyway, it is time to reveal the results of the Dan versus Phil Facebook poll.
Oh, this is tense.
Are you ready, Phil? They were faced with two choices.
Round 1.
And the choice is...
Did a Mortal Kombat man just say round one?
Yeah,
or did I imagine that?
It's about to be round 1.
Okay.
Round 1.
That's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Use that more.
He's got a muscular voice, unlike you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You have voted, and the challenge that you have set me and Phil this week is the Hula Hoop Endurance Experience.
Oh,
Yay! So we have 3.5 minutes of solid hula hooping for you to stare at us derping while we do it.
Is it whoever hula hoops the best?
It's whoever hula hoops for the longest, but we
Okay.
have to keep doing it for 3.5 minutes. So, whilst we die of exhaustion, here is Jessie Ware and Example. Say nothing. Thanks, guys.
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
The end to the wonderful hula hoop endurance challenge. Phil,
We kind of destroyed the studio. If you're watching on the website,
there is an extremely large, probably horrifically expensive TV behind us, which we hit several times. And also, Alan
did.
from the surgery came into play for a bit and literally smacks the TV quite heavily. I can still see the mark on the TV.
he was doing
That's
some
fine.
crazy circus round his neck action. Anyway,
Don't mark Dan versus Phil. It's serious
It is
business.
serious.
Injuries can happen.
so the results were, I got 8 seconds, which I thought was amazing.
Until, on my actual first attempt
Oh, rub it in, Dan.
at hula hooping, to the shock of everyone, let's just say the winner
No.
for the 4th week
I can't believe
in a
this.
row is me. That
The
is right.
sadness.
Oh, how do you feel, Phil?
I feel like you're some kind of superhuman robot that cheats at everything.
Well, that's not a completely fair thing to say, I don't feel like.
Okay, I'm going to try really hard next week. I cannot lose 5 times
In
a
my
row.
opinion, you're still going down, okay.
A quintuplet is the word.
Quintuplet, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in case you didn't know, the whole show is streamed live on the website with music videos made by you guys. And coming up next, we have a terrifying video made by Vicky Jackson to Marilyn Manson's Beautiful People on Radio 1. What a tune. Here it is for you right now. Make sure you get on the website. You're listening to Dan and Phil.
Phil on BBC Radio 1.
What a tune. Yes, that was Marilyn Manson, Beautiful People on Radio 1, the perfect come down to my quadruple victory.
It kind of reflected how I felt about the whole situation.
What, that I was a beautiful person for my hula? Is that not what you
is so
said?
angry about the fact I keep losing. By the time we get to week 8, we're going to be level pegging.
Oh,
for sure.
is that true? Well, okay, right. Mhm.
Coming up, we have...
I just want to take this moment to announce something very special, Phil.
What's that?
Hashtag Ideal Birth is the #1 worldwide trending topic. What have you done?
I'm happy
What
about
have you
that.
done?
That surely negates all of the hula hoop failure.
How many millions of people have you traumatized on Twitter?
I don't know.
With people going, I'd squeeze this out. No, let's just...
I love that I've created that and it's now out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got an amazing interview with Brett Domino coming up from the Brett Domino Trio. So look forward to that. But now here's some Neon Trees.
So that was Neon Trees. That was an amazing video made by the Aussie Project. Remember, if you feel creative and you want to hear a song on this radio show, then get creative, make a music video to your favourite song and send it to danandphil@bbc.co.uk, and then you can be like all these amazing people.
They're so amazing.
They are, seriously. The quality of videos, yes. Suck it, cans. Seriously.
We're not the only people that make crazy videos on the internet.
We
though.
aren't, though.
No, I'd like to introduce you to Brett Domino. He's got over 50,000 subscribers on YouTube and about 50 million views for his crazy musical compositions.
He is the most talented musician possibly alive at this moment.
I don't even think I'm selling him enough. He plays the stylophone like no one else.
The iPod Touch.
He makes the most out of musical instruments that you've never heard of. The keytar. Coincidentally, I've actually got a harmonica in my pocket.
Okay, as an example of a small instrument,
Yeah.
such as the type Brett would play.
So just to make Brett feel at home with us here in the studio, I'm going to introduce him through the medium of a harmonica.
In new
Video bloggers.
we trust. Radio 1.
Hi, this is Brett Domino of the Brett Domino Trio.
Hello. So, who and what are the Brett Domino Trio?
Well, the Brett Domino Trio is the name of my band, which consists of me, Brett Domino, and my friend Stephen Peavis, who can't actually be part of this interview today because he's got a bit of bowel trouble.
How would you describe your musical style?
Pop.
So you've appeared on Britain's Got Talent and Britain's Got More Talent several times. Do you harbour any resentment for Susan Boyle for achieving global success through the show?
No, there's no resentment. We did get knocked out of the competition, but that wasn't Susan's fault. And we did get asked back to play as the live house band on ITV2. You know, while Susan was off on stage doing the final live shows, we were just chilling with Stephen Mullen in the green room. So you got to ask yourself who the real winner was there. Diversity obviously won it.
You have clearly mastered several instruments in your lifetime, including guitars, keyboards, stylophones, iPod touches, and spoons. Is there literally any instrument you can't play?
I certainly feel like I've mastered all of the musical vessels within the keyboard genus. But yeah, to answer your question, I can't play violin, viola, saxophone, trumpet, trombone, horn.
Okay. Would you say that you are the world's leading stylophone virtuoso?
Yes.
Fascinating. Well, today we are going to be playing your Justin Timberlake medley. Would you like to tell us about it?
I think the idea behind the Justin Timberlake medley was to try and recreate three of our favourite Justin Timberlake songs using predominantly very small musical instruments. I mean, towards the end there is a guitar, which is not a small instrument, but, you know, it did sound good, so that's why I went for that.
Brilliant. Can you sum up the Brett Domino experience in one sound?
No, I don't think I can.
Well, that's fine. Well, thank you very much for chatting to us. Would you like to introduce your song?
I'd love to introduce my song, Phil and Dan. Hi, this is Brett Domino from the Brett Domino Trio, and you're listening to Radio 1. About you. The way you're looking at me, or whatever, and I keep looking at you. You're getting scared now, right? Well, don't fear me, baby. It's just Brett Domino. Feels good, right? Listen. I kinda noticed from one night in the club of front face. It's kinda weird to me, since you're so fine. If it's up to me, your face will change. If
That was the absolutely majestic Justin Timberlake medley by Brett Domino. I think I speak for myself and the nation in shock about how amazing that was. Would we agree? Would everybody agree? I think the nation's ovaries have exploded from the sheer amazingness of that. But coming up next, we have a new Skrillex tune for you. This one is not his usual kind of bro step, is it? It's more kind of like London Burial vibe. See what you think about it. Here is Skrillex on Radio 1. And that was the strangely ethereal beauty of Skrillex's new song, Leaving. You wouldn't think it was Skrillex, would you?
No, it
My
kind
soul.
of relaxed me.
I know, and it was
Skrillex?
set to two girls dramatically eating cereal. A profound experience for everyone involved, definitely.
I felt it within my soul. We've had some love for Brett Domino on Twitter.
Hey!
Heather Jane, with 3 E's, said her sister asked if it was actually Justin Timberlake live.
Justin Timberlake couldn't possibly achieve that level of perfection. I love Justin.
Do you know Justin Timberlake actually tweeted that?
Yeah, I know that. That was a seal of approval for you. Actual Justin Timberlake tweeted that video because obviously it's just more awesome than anything in the real world.
Ultra fact. Zalika Alexis says Brett Domino is brilliant as well. And Emily Rose _ says she just froze her laptop tweeting too much.
Wow, so excited about the show, she killed her laptop.
I hope she can still hear us. Emily, if you're there.
Emily.
Hello. Anyway, we've got another amazing video. In case you didn't know, you can watch this entire show on the Radio 1 website, and
Yes.
people have been making their own music videos to most of the tracks. The one coming up is for Mumford & Sons, and if you want to have a look, get on the website, or if you want to make your own, then send it to danandphil@bbc.co.uk. But enjoy this one. It's going to be magical.
Beautiful. But enough of that and enough fun, Phil.
No fun now.
No fun now, as it's time for serious business. Oh, economic crisis, war, corrupt governments, none of that, okay? It's time for the only news that is worth knowing. Here is your water cooler conversation for the week. Forget Newsbeat, here is Internet News.
Internet news.
A mourning family in China were left shocked after a 101-year-old woman they thought was dead sat up just before she was about to be lowered into the ground and spoke to them.
Are they sure she's not a vampire or a zombie?
That is not found out yet. Apparently she just sat up and said, "Why is my house so crowded?" That actually happened. Yeah, apparently she was asleep and her daughters bathed her and she was dressed by the undertaker in preparation for her funeral and she just slept through the whole thing.
Okay, so zombies may be coming. We'll let you know next week.
Starting in China, don't worry about it now.
Internet news. A beach walker who found a smelly yellow rock is celebrating after it turned out to be a lump of whale sick worth over £100,000.
What?
Yeah, apparently whale sick,
Hold up.
when
Yeah.
it solidifies, it can be used for an ingredient in perfume.
Wow, so I just had this image of Brad Pitt standing in the corner going, "Inevitable," and then Free Willy in the background going, I won't be able to see another woman in a fur coat without just imagining it all over.
To be honest, that would have made the advert slightly more bearable.
Chanel. Okay, enough of that.
Internet news.
Students at a high school in New Jersey have set the world record, this is a very impressive one, for the most people popping bubble wrap at the same time.
That would be my ideal world record. That's like my favourite activity.
Sounds like your dream, doesn't it? They succeeded in popping over 8,000 square feet of the generic packing material.
Wow, sign me up for when they try and beat it.
Sounds like heaven.
Internet news. And finally, we all need to begin to be bowing down to our new insect overlords.
Hold up, what?
Apparently, dung beetles are controlled by the Milky Way.
So, what is the science behind this, Phil?
I don't know the science. Oh, I have the science in front of me. It's so they can orientate themselves as they roll their balls of muck along the ground.
So there we go. Dung beetles are astronomers. What would you know?
Internet news.
And that's enough of that. You have now been filled in and your brain is full of useful knowledge that you will carry with you till the rest of time. But until that, it is now time for 5 Lads' terrifyingly accurate recreation of One Direction's One Thing. That was One Direction with a video by some lads. What would you know? Come on, lads. What?
We've had a great...
Oh, Phil. Oh, Phil, stop.
I am a lad. We've had some great reaction to the Dan and Phil challenge that we had earlier. Dan versus Phil.
Oh, what you mean my utter obliteration of you in the hula hoop department?
Not that
I'm happy to go back there. What are people saying? Yeah, more glory.
It became to be MJ's favourite thing to do on a Sunday night.
What, watch us hula hoop?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And also, Isabella Hansen said, I'll say it once, now said it again. Dan's hips don't lie.
What can I say? If I, those websites where it's like,
Yeah.
what you look like, the celebrity, Shakira, every time, yeah, just the waist down.
Caitlin Spears said, as graceful as swans.
We are as graceful as swans.
We are.
Fantastic. And on that note...
It's time for the listeners to get involved. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
The music has started, and this could only mean one thing. Our special guest is here. The special guest that came in and kind of disrupted our hula hooping session with impressive neck hula hooping skills.
Welcome, Alid.
Thank you very much. Only because I won.
Oh, yeah, you must have.
I mean, I wasn't part of the challenge.
It was Dan versus Phil, but really Alid won by swinging the hula hoop around his neck for about half a minute.
I was
if
not
you saw
expecting that, Alid.
I didn't know what came over me. It's a new skill I never knew I had.
Okay, well, what are you here to talk about today? You have pieces of paper.
Tonight, it's the surgery, obviously coming up at 9 o'clock. And ahead of Share Take Care Day, which we're doing on Tuesday on Radio 1, we're doing a bit of a special about sharing information online and being careful about how much you share and being worried about being bullied online or people picking up on things that you didn't intend being out there.
Yes.
And you two would never have anything like that online, would you?
Oh, no weird pictures of me.
You're like on the internet all the time and you know what you're doing.
I'm a very careful person that lets
like
no
that.
stupid photos of me.
So here are a couple of photos I have.
Oh, no.
Here is one. We have a naked Phil on there.
Where did that come from?
Phil, why
It's
are
on
you
the
standing
internet.
on your bed in your boxers?
I don't even remember that.
Hashtag context. This is your opportunity, Phil.
We have Dan making sexy time with a table.
That's me making out with a breakfast bar.
Shall
I'm
I
actually going
continue?
red.
Okay.
Please don't.
And then also, how can you allow images like this to go up online? Look at that beautiful face.
If you didn't know, I am actually Sugarscape's hottest lad of 2012, and if you couldn't tell from looking at that photo, there we go. That's monstrous.
We have actually made a montage, which we're going to put out online, of all your beautiful photos.
Oh, thanks,
The
Alid.
stuff that you really shouldn't be sharing online.
As long as there's a moral behind it, I'm willing to bite the bullet.
And we will be displaying that montage after 9 o'clock on the surgery tonight.
Because
gotta
if
be
it was
after 9
before 9 o'clock, it would not be suitable for human consumption.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, well, the surgery tonight is obviously more than just your photos.
Yes.
Because
Dear
a lot
gosh.
of people have been through a lot of stuff online, as we said, the bullying, but also, sharing stuff with profiles. How do you even know they're real people? So
true.
give us a call if you've had that kind of scenario, if someone has upset you in that way online. 03700 100 100. That's 03700 100 100. 81199 on the text, and we will talk to you after 9.
Yes, Alid with us afterwards. Thank you very much. We'll see you later on with
Thanks,
all of
Alid.
your horrendous photos of me and Phil. That's just...
I'm kind of traumatized. I did not think that was on the internet.
Were you not ready for that? Let's just bring it back. Naked Phil, derping Dan, Dan and his 9 chins. Alid, get out. Enough of this. You came in, you ruined our show, brought in pictures of me with double chins. The surgery is afterwards if you want to listen to that or whatever. I don't know.
So now we're going to have a little chat with Freya. Freya, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm doing really well. Alid just displayed me half naked on a bed. So I'm getting over that slowly.
Has that traumatised you into being careful about what you put on the internet?
Sorry?
Has that traumatised you into being careful about what you put on the internet?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would scare all of us.
So I was wondering if you had a hashtag ideal birth for us, Freya. Just throwing it out there.
Think of one. Like, I can't think of one, but someone said slug earlier.
A slug?
Yeah, what was it? The purr slug. The human slug slippery thing that you can just squeeze out. Yeah.
That makes you feel a little bit sick.
Yeah, that really would. So can you brighten up our Sunday with a song? Please make it a good one.
I'm going to have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, please.
You want to do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Amazing.
Definitely. Would you like to dedicate it to anyone?
Jimmy, Candice, and the Pink Ladies, because that's trying to say all their names.
Well, okay, here is the best song of all time now on Radio 1.
I'm going to be lip-syncing on the website to this.
And so will everyone in the world. Get ready to rap. Here we go.
Oh, no, thank you.
That was One Direction. Here's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air coming for you right now. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Radio 1, Sunday nights. Dan and Phil.
That's
Move
kind-
over, Charlie Sloth. Yeah.
It's kind of made my life, that one. That's my favourite one we've played so far, I think.
Is it ever?
Yeah. Maybe Gemma will be able to beat it. Gemma?
Hello.
Hello.
How do you feel that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was just on Radio 1?
I was very excited. Ages.
I was lip syncing for the entire song.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you been up to?
Procrastinating.
Oh, I can relate to that. What kinds of procrastination have you been up to?
Playing Guitar Hero.
That's good. That's productive. It's slightly more productive than general internet browsing.
Dan is insanely good at Guitar Hero. It's kind of scary.
I'm not going to lie. I can play on expert level.
Can you do expert level?
I'm just on easy.
Ah, that's okay. Posers, they're everywhere. Not everyone can be Metallica like Dan. That's fine.
Oh.
So would you like to select a song to improve your procrastination?
On this wonderful jukebox of life.
Yes. Can I have I Predict a Right by the Casey Chiefs?
Of course you can. And would you like to
Chiefs.
dedicate it to anyone in particular?
I'm not that posh.
We'll just dedicate it.
Coming from me. I sound like Winnie the Pooh. Don't worry.
We'll dedicate it to yourself.
That's very kind of you.
Unless you want to choose someone. Do you want to choose someone?
Just want to shout out to my best friend Lucy.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucy.
Shout out to Lucy in the hood.
Well, here
Anyone else?
is I Predict a Riot. Kaiser Chiefs with I Predict a Riot on Radio 1.
And you're listening to Dan and Phil.
You are. I really enjoyed that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good, good, good.
I think we should dive straight back into the requests.
I'm happy.
Hello, Libby.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
We are good, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Have you had any highlights of our show so far?
Oh, there's been Fan Wars, our hula hooping thing, and Ideal Birth. That was pretty highlight.
Well, I was not able to watch it for the first hour, but I finally got home, so...
Oh, great.
We appreciate that.
I'm glad you got through.
Thank you.
So what have you been up to for the last...
A little bit.
Where were you for the last hour?
I was on the way home from my dad's, because he lives about an hour away, so...
I'm just chilling out.
Home.
That's a trek. Did you fall asleep in the car?
No, I was too busy kind of listening to you and making my dad listen to me sing along horribly.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. Shout out to all the dads that have to deal with the singing daughters.
Yeah. Hopefully he's still listening. So what would you like your dad to sing along to?
Waking Up in Vegas by Katy Perry.
We can do that for you. And who would you like to dedicate it to?
The Vegas video.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Here we go.
And the dads everywhere.
Katy Perry, Waking Up in Vegas.
It's been a beautiful evening, in my opinion. Thank you very much to all the requests that everyone's been sending in. We have had some epic tunes requested.
Yeah,
I mean, we spoke to Jamila earlier, didn't we?
We did.
About Baha Men. I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I think we got it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Phil? Best request so far this evening?
I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, definitely.
You're going to have to go with that. Well, I have good news. As the reward for the end of the show, me and Phil have got something very special for you. An internet confessions booth where you guys have admitted your deepest, darkest secrets. We now hand over to Dan and Phil in the Internet Science Laboratory. Welcome back to the prestigious establishment for new internet science with Dan and Phil. Phil,
Yeah?
you know what one of my most/least favourite things about the internet is?
No, what is it, Dan?
Anonymity. It gives any person the power to just sit behind their keyboard and be a complete
Dan?
turnip. But aside from the trolling, it does allow people to do something very healthy.
What?
Confess our crimes.
Ah.
Yeah, the feeling of guilt is one of the worst things people can carry, but I feel that one of the best things you can do is openly admit your mistakes in front of thousands of people.
Is it? I don't know, Dan.
So I built a robot that listens to people's confessions and decides whether they deserve forgiveness or judgment?
Who in the right mind would agree to this?
The following people. Yes, that's right. The Internet Confessions booth is now open. So, Specimen A, what would you like to confess?
Hi guys, my confession is that I'm in love with Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. I have all of their CDs, and I love him.
Seriously?
Dear God, are you kidding me?
I don't think this is going to go down
I'm
well.
disgusted. What do you think, computer?
Just no. Get out.
Yeah, no, that's just wrong.
Wrong.
Whenever I get mad at my mom, I spit in her pillow before she goes to sleep.
No.
You what?
A world of no.
The internet does not forgive you. Judgment.
Damn right, no forgiveness. Jeez.
I peed myself while riding a horse.
What?
Now, I'd like to say that's something that happens to everybody, but I don't think it does.
There's no context whatsoever. Why would you do that on a horse?
You are forgiven. I wish I knew how to pee.
I once pushed my cousin out of a tree and he broke his wrist, but to this day he still thinks it was an accident.
Is it me, or did that seem really sinister?
There's nothing funny about that. That's the signs of a budding sociopath, that is. Jeez.
Jeez.
What do you think, computer?
You sound dangerous to society.
Damn right, no forgiveness for you. Go read all the Bibles.
Let's see another.
Okay, so here's my confession. I don't like bacon.
What?
What?
What is wrong with you? Are you sure you're human?
Or Jewish.
You should... maybe.
Bacon is necessary.
My favourite female celebrity crush would have to be Nigella Lawson.
I think I'm with you on that one.
Guilty.
You are forgiven. I'd like to sample her delights any day of the week.
Hi. Yo, what's up? One time at a sleepover, I laughed so hard that I peed my pants. So I proceeded to pick up my friend's puppy, hold him on my lap, and tell everyone that the puppy peed on me. No one knows to this day. I guess dogs really are a man's best friend.
I like her.
Yeah, good disguise, man. She should work for the CIA.
Move over, Kerry Matheson.
Totally.
Very ingenious. You are forgiven.
Well, I'm feeling slightly traumatized, but here is our final confession.
Boom.
I like to drink my shower and bathwater.
She drinks her own bathwater.
What?
I'm not one for
Why?
judging people, but...
Judging you right now.
People like you are why I am afraid of humans. Judgment.
Wow, I had no idea the world was so dark.
I'll never look at humans the same way again.
Well, I hope this has at least made all of you consider the path of justice.
Or just made you all permanently afraid of your friends and family.
Probably that. Well, until next time on the internet, thank you for your confessions, and back to Dan and Phil in the studio.
I now have trust issues.
What?
That was our first batch of internet confessions. That's going to go live on the Radio 1 YouTube right now. So leave a comment on that video with
Admitting
your
your
confession,
terrifying confessions like all of those people.
and we will read them out in next week's show. So thanks for the fun.
Yes, it's been very emotional, hasn't it?
It has.
I've loved this show quite a lot. There's been some epic requests. The fan wars was amazing. Not too much blood was spilled.
No.
Actually, I'm not going to lie, quite a lot of blood was spilled, but there was a victor.
We will see you next Sunday at 7. Enjoy Alid. Bye.
Thank you.
Here's Luminous.
So show me family.